A tragedy. That's how the Bixby police chief is describing the loss of a teenage girl. You see right over my shoulder right there. She died in a rollover crash near 171st and Memorial in Bixby. I told you it happened last Thursday night. Now we're learning new details tonight about that crash, including that the driver, who you see right there in the case, was the girl's dad. Fox 23's Alex Cash is live in the Fox 23 newsroom tonight after finding out he told officers he'd been drinking. That's what they're telling you, Alex.
We got hold of the arrest reports today, and I've been speaking to the Bixby police chief. He says that this is just really sad, and he also says that this has affected the whole community.
These flowers mark the spots where Shelby Benny died.
It's just such a tragedy.
I spoke with the Bixby police chief, Todd Blish. He told me this man, Elliot Benny, is Shelby's dad. He says around 9:20 Thursday night, Shelby, her parents and two other children were on their way home when the crash happened here near 171st and Memorial. An arrest report says Benny was believed to be driving. It says it's thought he was speeding while trying to pass another vehicle in a no passing zone. The car flipped and ended up in this ditch. Shelby was thrown from the vehicle. Chief Blish told me Benny ran away from the scene on foot.
Driver Elliot Benny, her father, at some point left the scene, walked to a family-owned business and retrieved the vehicle. We were able to track this vehicle electronically and ultimately made an arrest in the case.
Officers tracked Benny down about an hour away in Chakota and arrested him. The arrest report says another witness estimated the vehicle's speed to have been around 70 miles an hour before the crash. The report also says that it was raining and that Benny told officers that, quote, he'd hit an oil spot, causing his vehicle to run off the road. The document also says a bottle of vodka was found at the scene and that Benny admitted to officers that he'd bought a bottle of vodka and that, quote, he'd drank a gulp of it while he drove his family back to his home. Benny's wife, who'd been in the car, also told police that they'd been arguing before the crash. Part of a headlight and a broken street sign now lie at the side of the road where the crash happened. Shelby's cheer gym, Oklahoma Extreme All-Star Cheer, posted these photos of her on Facebook and said she was loved by everyone around her.
It's tragic, and it affects everyone. And you know, Bixby, despite being a kind of a metropolitan area of Tulsa, a suburb of Tulsa, this is still a very close-knit community, and a lot of people knew that child. And you know, we're heartbroken as well as her friends and her family at her loss, and it affects everyone. And it's such a tragedy, and it's such a preventable tragedy. That's the sad part.
We're working to get an update on the injuries of the other people who were involved in the crash. Benny was arrested for first-degree manslaughter and leaving the scene of a fatality accident. Now, I've been having a look at his history, and he's had several cases dismissed, including ones in 2010 and 2016. For leaving the scene of a crash. Covering news that matters, I'm Alex Cash, Fox 23 News.